This morning, we had the regular briefings that we have, and at that time, we calculated that we were about 370 nautical miles away from Gaza. At the moment, we're nearer. We haven't got the exact calculations yet. However, that is not the critical point. I think Israel generally intercepts well before that. So it's about 200 nautical miles, we expect, where we might start getting boarded. Now, we are a much bigger vehicle than the previous one. So in our case, they will probably not board from boats, but probably be sent from a helicopter because uh, we're that much bigger as such. And it would be difficult for them to get up to this height. So that's what we're anticipating, and we're preparing for that. We're not equipped to physically prevent any sort of attack, and we have made a conscious effort that we will not take on any violent position. But what we have done is to ensure that all our data is safe. We've actually just been going through that in terms of keeping the cyber security options there. And we also have been groomed by very well qualified lawyers into what we should do, what we should expect. And we have teams in Palestine as well as elsewhere who've already taken and we're doing very well mentally. We're very strong. And the fact that they have expressed support so strongly has made a huge difference to not just me, but also the other members of the team. We feel that you're with us, and that solidarity gives us strength. This is not primarily an aid mission, though we have enough material with us so that we do not become a burden upon the Gazans. This is made up mostly of journalists and medics. And as professionals, it is our intent that we will break this illegal siege because Israel does not have the legal right to detain in the first place, to prevent us. We're internationalists. But also the fact that Israel has specifically targeted both journalists and medical workers is something we want to protest about, and we want to continue working as professionals. So we want to be reporting from Gaza. We want to be providing treatment from Gaza. We want to be able to provide what they have been denied so far. That is what we want to do. Whether we will be allowed to do it is another matter, but that is what our attempt is. I think resistance will come well before that, if we are to analyze how it's happened in the past. Certainly in previous flotillas, they've been intercepted well before that. And in reality, that is what we expect. But our attempt is to reach land, and that is what we want to do regardless of what happens. We've had indirect messages, nothing directly. No, nothing. I mean, things that you will already have been aware of: disinformation, flagging, misinformation, and of course the threat, the fact that they have now arrested all the people in the previous flotillas is a method of intimidation. That is what Israel does. So we want to continue as journalists. We are not being partisan. We want to find the truth. We want to report the truth. And that is our position, and that is what we maintain. There was an aircraft that came through a few minutes ago, and we were able to try and identify what it was. But we don't really know. Earlier on, there was a naval vehicle that came. We sighted an aircraft just a few minutes ago, but we don't exactly know what it was. We're trying to find out. We earlier had a naval ship approaching us, but we suspect that either Greek or Turkish. We do not feel we've been approached by Israeli vehicles at this stage. Had we gone normally, we would have anticipated reaching Gaza late Sunday, but because we've had to slow down to coincide with the other vehicles which are slower than we are, we will probably be there on Monday. We will try to continue filming and reporting as far as we can, right till the very end. Well, I think firstly, I would like to acknowledge the huge support that I've had from Bangladeshis, not just within Bangladesh, but across the globe. They've been fabulous. And their support and their solidarity has meant a lot to us. We would like to acknowledge that support, which gives us strength and inspiration. But I'd also like to remind Bangladeshis, fellow Bangladeshis, that our constitution requires us to stand by oppressed people anywhere in the world, and that is what we're doing. And it continues to be our duty to be fighting against oppression. The youth of Bangladesh have demonstrated that they can fight against autocracy within our own country. I'm sure we can do that globally.